Sabikui Bisco is crazy and I love it because of it. Originally, this series was a light novel without a sentence-long title that got a manga adaptation and eventually an anime adaptation. The anime studio has literally made nothing else, just like Mushoku Tensei Studio, so it could have gone both ways, either really good or just really bad. The only question about the studio is if they continue working on Sabikui Bisco or if they make other shows. I found out about the anime from a Giguk stream. Probably everyone that watched this show knows about this one clip.
Bruh, must watch, bruh. Dude, if I wasn't already hyped up on this before, this has now gone into a must watch. Holy shit. Let me see what the fuck was that?
Okay, now with the series itself. We follow Milo Nekoyanagi, a doctor living in the post-apocalyptic Japan. When looking at the poster, you probably think that he's the protagonist. But no, he's only a secondary character. His name is Akaboshi Bisco. He's a terrorist because he's a mushroom keeper? God, we're only 20 seconds in and it's already confusing. Anyways, mushroom keepers are people who grow mushrooms that are rumored to spread rusting. It's basically like metal rusting, but here it's on people's bodies. Originally, it appears like the mushrooms spread rusting, but literally in the first episode, it's thrown out the window. When it reaches a vital organ, you basically die. Akaboshi shoots with his bow to plant mushrooms. It doesn't matter where it goes, it will instantly grow. And no, we're not talking about some mushrooms you see on the ground in that one forest you have in your neighborhood. We're talking about some giant mushrooms that can instantly kill a whole army if it just decided to fall down. Kurokawa is the main bad guy of the first season. He's a corrupted businessman who would kill everyone in his way to get a monopoly over literally anything. Milo also has a sister called Pau, who is basically the average older sister type. She has only a couple of months left to live because of the rusting. In the first episode, Akaboshi bursts into Milo's lab. He asks Milo to heal old man Joby, who is basically Akaboshi's teacher. After Milo heals Joby, he tells Milo about the rust-eating mushroom that can cure rusting. The rust-eating mushroom cures it by magically making it disappear. I don't know how it works either. But then they get surrounded by Kurokawa. Joby helps them escape and Milo joins Akaboshi to find the rust-eating mushroom. There is also a side story with Pau. She basically tries to find Milo and save him, even though he doesn't really need saving. I love the character design. Not only the main characters, from the secondary characters to the background characters, they all have a distinct look to them. You have the old man, the creepy guy, and the one that doesn't pay her taxes. Speaking of taxes, the music's also pretty great. Every time you hear the soundtrack, you know that stuff is going to literally blow up. Meanwhile, I'm over here vibing to the music. In the ending, they normally give the original track. But after a certain event in the 9th episode, you hear only Milo singing. First I thought I was crazy, but luckily I'm not. And of course I need to address the elephant in the room. Or should I say giant crab being chased by an even more giant crab with a temple on top of it, where two characters kissed because a giant worm was in her stomach. I know that it sounded really crazy, but that's only half the story. The reason a giant worm was in her stomach is because she worked for Kurokawa, who poisoned her, and I am so sorry because that's only the 3/4 of that one interaction. That's the easiest to understand. Yes, the show is really crazy, but when you watch the show it all makes sense. It all still has the same theme of post-apocalyptic animals, except for this kid that's literally called Nuts. You know what else is nuts? Trying to get 1000 subscribers before the end of the summer. So go over and subscribe already.